This story is almost too good. We're going to have a lot of fun with this one. So apparently, QAnon, like I said, I do not know why Hollywood movie executives have not hired these kids, ripped them out of their boring Midwestern or country or suburban lives, bring them in to Studio City for a meeting, and have them figure out a movie script that The Rock and Jason Statham can inhabit. These guys' imaginations are number one right now. At a time where all ideas have been done, this is where you have to go for an original idea. QAnon. So, what's QAnon up to? Well, let's check in. We should probably do a segment. We should have segments on the show called, Work It Girl, On Notice, and we'll keeping up with QAnon. So QAnon has gathered in large numbers in Dallas, which I've been to Dallas. In QAnon's defense, if you do take a trip to Dallas with your meetup group, and I guess you can call QAnon the meetup group, the only thing really to see is the spot where JFK got murdered. It's just an X in the street, and you go to Daly Plaza, and you see it, and then there's nothing else to see in Dallas, okay? Unless you're friends with Michael Irving, and then you can see some cocaine and strippers at some point. But they reportedly gathered in Dallas, Texas, at the site of JFK's assassination, which there's an X on the spot. I went there and I just drew a zero, and I wanted other tourists to play tic-tac-toe with me on the X where JFK got shot. They gathered there because they believe, this is good, they believe John F. Kennedy Jr. will announce a 2024 presidential run alongside Donald Trump. They believe that that's going to happen. Now, there's one issue with this. First of all, Donald Trump would never have JFK Jr. on his ticket. Secondly, because he's a loser. Secondly, John F. Kennedy Jr. has been dead for 22 years. But what they believe, can you go back up? Where we just were? What they believe is that we lost the article for a second. Hello, come on, Forbes, open it up. We're not subscribing to your dumb fucking Gazette. There we go. I can see it. They believe that the world is run by a cable of Satan-worshiping pedophiles. Until they prove that not true, I'm going to suspend my judgment on that one. Okay? I'm going to suspend my judgment because you look back at through history, an argument can be made that the elite class ends up becoming a cable of Satan-worshiping pedophiles. So I'm going to suspend their premise might be correct. Just like if you have a premise that something was fishy on 9/11, but then you stop there, I'm not going to argue with you. But once you start telling me, that people did, that it was a hologram, or that, Israel created a paper plane and threw it into the building, then you lose me. But if you say something was fishy, I'll say, you know what? I don't think you're crazy. And if you tell me that the world is run by a cable of Satan-worshiping pedophiles, I'll say, I don't think you're crazy. But then when you go on and start telling me that JFK Jr. is going to run with Donald Trump in 2024, I'm saying, okay, first of all, why are you gathering at John F. Kennedy's death site? Do you think he's going to emerge from the X in the ground like a Star Trek episode? And secondly, he's fucking dead, guys. So, apparently journalist Steve, good old Italian kid. Steve, I don't know if I can trust an Italian journalist. Stephen Monticelli. You know, Stephen Monticelli goes to get a scoop. He goes, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I know you know some of these fucking QAnon. Here's the deal. I'll give you a little cash. We got to bleep that word. I need to give you a little cash. I'll give you a little fucking cash. You give me a scoop. How's a 20 sound for you, kid? Here you go. Take a fucking 20. What do you want from me? I got cash for you. So Stephen Monticelli I just got to read the whole thing. It said, Stephen Monticelli posted pictures to Twitter Monday of a crowd gathered at the AT&T Discovery District in downtown Dallas, with many wearing Trump JFK Jr. 2024. What's the Dallas? Trump 2024 shirts. Ahead of an expected announcement from Kennedy on Tuesday at Dealey Plaza, where his father, obviously famous or infamously, whatever you want to look at it, was assassinated in 1963. So, according to various QAnon conspiracy theories, the younger Kennedy is expected to emerge from 2 decades of hiding. How do you hide in this era unless you're in a national park? And if you're in a national park, how do you survive without getting killed by Brian Landry? And he's expected to emerge from 2 decades of hiding and be named vice president. He will be reinstated by Trump, who in turn will become king of kings. This is all true. This is all true. QAnon is well documented. I have some friends whose parents believe in this shit. One thing they thought is at the inauguration that this was a true QAnon conspiracy. At Biden's inauguration, what was going to happen was all the Secret Service, FBI, everyone was going to turn on Biden. They were going to arrest him and Nancy Pelosi and reinstate Trump. It didn't happen. It didn't happen, but I don't want to break your balls too much since I'm Stephen Monticelli here. You guys had a good fucking story. I mean, that makes a great fucking movie. You kidding me? A president gets the election robbed from him, okay? And then boom, next thing you know, of course, Rock, Jason Statham, they parachute in off Air Force One jets, right down. They hold guns to Pelosi. They hold guns to Biden, and they say, hands up. Seems here that you think you're president. Not going to happen. Sorry, Dr. Jones. So, QAnon, I'm with you, man. I am absolutely with you, dude. I think there's a good chance that JFK Jr. will reanimate himself and run with Trump on the ticket in 2024, and obviously he will reemerge at the site of his father's imagination. This is kind of like Dungeons and Dragons for adults. Now, when I say reality is a suggestion, I've said it many times on this show. As you know, the amenities of modernity, ding. Reality is a suggestion, ding. It's on both sides. And like I said, not to reiterate or to beat a dead horse, or in this case, to beat a dead empire. Yeah. To death. It's because people are coddled by these amenities and modernities. They have this free time. They're living as children. They're not paying attention to their kids. Their kids are being raised by AI. You know, they're being raised in the street. They care about what Lil Nas is doing. They don't even listen to you anymore because freedom has just gone too far. And so now they're still using their imagination like kids. Because look, if me and Jesse were children in Park Slope, first of all, we wouldn't be outside because we could get killed by groups of children who were just feral. So we'd stay inside so we wouldn't get robbed and beat. And we would make up a game, and I'd call it this game, where we're going to rescue the presidency from this legion of pedophile demons. And we're going to be like, who's president? And I'll just pick a dead guy, JFK Jr. or whatever one I can remember, and Donald Trump, 2 names I can remember. This is a child's game. So they think that he faked his death to become their leader. So he waited 20 years. He faked his death, went in hiding for 20 years. If you were that handsome, would you stay away from the cameras? I mean, why would this kid want to hide? He had a successful magazine. He was about to run. There was talk about him running against Hillary Clinton for senator of New York, which she would have lost to. And he ends up dead, okay? Because Hillary Clinton killed him, just like she killed Vince Foster, and just like she kills anyone that gets in her and her husband's path. I'm surprised Monica Lewinsky hasn't been killed by a nanorobot by now. But I think Hillary just wants her to live, living in shame as the whore that got a cigar stuck in her pussy by her husband. Because I think that's the only reason why Monica Lewinsky's right now. Is Linda Tripp still alive? Or is she Tim Dillon? That made Jesse laugh hard. Because Tim Dillon claims his mother is off in some mental institution, but maybe his mother is Linda Tripp. Or maybe he is fucking Linda Tripp.